Hi, it's Paul Antonelli here, and welcome to the very first of my recordings relating to the ideal business. It's been something that I've been thinking about doing for a while, and it's just time to get into this flow. So what am I talking about? I'm talking about the ideal business, and it's something that I'm extremely passionate about. So let me start with a bit of a formula, and this is a formula that I think a lot of people have or believe in relation to business, and it's called the A plus B equals C formula. How does it work? Well, the A is start a business, the B is make lots of money, and the C means you're going to have a great life. Now, if you've been in business before, and if you've built businesses before, you know that's just not the case. And why is that? You know, it sounds fairly simple. It's appealing to us. The fact that if you see successful people and you look at their life and you go, gee, it'd be great to have a life like them. So why does that appeal to us? It appeals to us because it's simple and it makes sense. But unfortunately, it's not true. So in essence, the ideal business, building your ideal business is about making sure that it's a business that works for you. And when I say works for you, it works for every part of your life. Now, it comes without saying that when you build a business, you want to make money. It needs to be profitable. It needs to be sustainable. Ideally, it lines up with all your values and what you enjoy. This just comes without say. The gap that I've seen after working with many business owners is that it doesn't necessarily work for them as a business. And so this is a bit of a gap, I think, in thinking and also in approach, because if you do want to build a business that truly works for you, you need to have a different approach. You need to think about it differently, and you need to sort of have a look at how, whether it's an existing business that you're running or you're looking at starting up a new business, how do you go about building your ideal business? And what does that mean, I guess? Well, ideal means, and it'll be different because we're all different. What is ideal for me will be different to what is ideal for you. So there is no ideal business as such, but it is only an ideal business that really delivers on your personal outcomes, what you want to achieve in life, and everything that it is, all your motivations, I guess, and reasons for going into business, that is being delivered. And if you are in your ideal business or you're moving towards creating your ideal business, that's how you'll know. So I think it's not a process that's similar. A lot of the mechanics and the things that we have in business, setting a business up, getting structures in place, working out how to do marketing, managing cash flow, that's all really important. But as you can probably appreciate, you can do all of those things in a particular way. There is no one way to build a business. There's lots of different ways to build a business, lots of different ways where you can engage with people, lots of different approaches you can use. The correct way to do all of these things is the ones that will deliver the outcomes you're looking for and you need to achieve, but also those that line up with your ideal business framework and what it is you want out the other end. So this ideal business process and the information that I'm going to share with you is all the tools, the thinking behind it, how to really implement it. The way my brain works is that it's really good to have a concept or an idea, but I need a tool or I need a way that I can implement and I can actually bring it into reality. And that's my preferred approach with the work that I do and the clients that I work with. It's great having an idea around something, but how do I make it work? You often, as a business owner, sort of attend workshops, seminars, events, and share lots of information with you, great concepts, things that will change your thinking, which is really, they're all valuable things. But where these things often fall down is the implementation or bringing them back into reality and making them real into your business. So it's something, the ideal business is something I'm really passionate about. I just want to set the scene a little bit. Right now, as I'm starting, this is one of the first recordings that I've done in relation to this. I've been putting a lot of thought into it. I've actually been travelling around the outback of Australia for the last 2 months. This is something that I love to do. I'm passionate about. So I've got my rig set up, very simple way of moving around and camping, which is what I like to do, a lot of free camping. I also like to spend time with people that are most important to me. So I've spent time with my oldest daughter, my wife, currently with my son. My other daughter will come through, my wife will come back during this period. So this is only possible. This is what I like to do. It's not like it's not everyone's cup of tea. But the ideal business, I run a number of businesses, and they're ideal for me because they enable me to operate and to live in a way that really grooves in with what's important to me and how I want to spend my time. And that's an important thing for us in business. So I want to set that scene. These recordings will be sort of taking place as I'm moving around. So I don't have a plan of returning back to base. At this stage, I'm still going to be moving around a little bit, and so they'll all be in different settings. Currently, I'm in Darwin in the Northern Territory. That's where I'm based at the moment. So it gives you a little bit of an insight into what an ideal business is for me, and why I'm really passionate about helping other business owners either from the beginning map out, design, and build an ideal business, or successful business owners who haven't quite grooved it in, getting them to create and transform their business into their ideal business. And an ideal business, and I'll make a really clear statement, is a business that you love. And I don't know if you've ever had that feeling, if you've built businesses before, where you build a business, it's successful, it's ticking along, but do you love your business? Is it something that do you love it? Is it something you just got into to make some cash? Is it something you're really passionate about? If you're able to transform your business into the ideal business, it'll be a business that you love. Now, it might sound a bit of a more of like a concept, but the information I'm going to share with you is actually very practical. It has steps, things to implement, and actually gives you a mechanism for you to actually score your business as to how ideal it is for you. And this will give you some insights into the areas of your business that are less ideal and those that are really ideal and are working really well for you. And so that's I'm really excited to be starting this journey with you. I'm as I said, myself and my team are super passionate about working with business owners, startups, or people who have been in business and have built a successful business, and looking at how they're able to create their ideal business from the work that they've done, and really leverage it and make sure that the time investment, the money investment, the thinking and the passion that's gone into creating and building a business really delivers for them and for yourself, if this is what you want to achieve. And it has been, and I've worked with many business owners through this process, and what I've learned is that there is a different set of skills in building a business that works, that runs, is sustainable, and is able to sort of weather the storms of business life and business cycles. And I have huge respect for anyone that has done that and is able to adapt and roll their business like that. But there's a different set of skills. What I'm starting to learn, and I've sort of got insights into building a business that truly works for you and is an ideal business for you. Probably the way I could frame this idea up is that we get into the idea of building a business using that A plus B equals C formula. That's just how we think. That's how we operate. And it could be an area that we're passionate about. It could be something that we've done before, or we could have just fallen into it. We started working with a friend or a mate, and he said, "Let's create a business," and we get into it. Don't think about it too much. Now, what happens in that process is the business just gains momentum, and they become all consuming as the business scales, as it grows. Lots of things are happening. And when there's not a lot of thought typically, and this is after having engaged with many, many business owners over the years, there's not a lot of thought as to how to structure, how to build, how to frame this business up so that it truly works for them. Because the assumption is that it just will, because you see that, you've got in your mind that A plus B equals C, and so then it's just going to work. I don't have to think about any of that stuff. But what I'd suggest is have a look around. The vast majority of business owners, that A plus B equals C formula simply doesn't apply, and it doesn't work. So those that have gone into business with the idea that of using that A plus B equals C formula, they're just it just happens, and the business grows and it expands, and then they get entrenched into it, and then at some point in time it just becomes the way of being and the way of existing and the way of running the business, with a belief that it'll all pan out correctly at the end. What I'm proposing is that it doesn't really need to be that way. You can really have control over it. You can build it to really groove in and ensure that it really works for you. And what that looks like, part of that is the process that we've developed of helping you really define what works for you, specifically for you, needs to be like. And so instead of building, and this is a statement that I make, if you don't really move towards building an ideal business, you're just building someone else's business. And what I mean by that is it's a business. It may grow, expand, your sales increase, your profitability increases, you get a larger footprint, but it's not really your business. You're just following a framework to build a business, and you're doing the activity, and you're expanding and growing a business that belongs to someone else or someone else's business. So what I'd like to encourage is using a framework to build your business, and your business is the ideal business for you that truly supports your life. Why do we want to do this? It's pretty straightforward. The promise of business, and business isn't a simple exercise. It's not something that comes without risks, without sacrifice. It's challenging. I've been in business now just under 3 decades. Had a number of businesses over a whole range of different areas, and that's the one thing I know for certain, that it doesn't come easy. You have to really apply different processes, and it's continual evolution and change. And so what you do want out of an outcome of running a business like that is to make sure it works for you. Otherwise it's just sheer insanity. And so this whole process is about helping you to create that framework and ensuring that your business, if it's one that you're going to create, or it's a business that you've been in for 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years, whatever it is, really works for you. And how do you go about transferring your current business framework to your ideal business framework? How do you do that? And that's what we're all about. It's been a process that's been developed. Running and operating my businesses and the way I live my life in an ideal business framework has taught us many skills, a lot of things to do, a lot of things to avoid, and we want to share that information with you in a way that can truly have an impact both on your business and on your life. So I'm really excited about doing that with you on this journey. I've sort of hesitated about getting this started, but it's time to do that now. I've put together a lot of thoughts. We're just sort of framing up how this is going to work in a way that can make sense and have impact and evolve the way that business owners think and their business operate. And I think we've got a great framework to do that. So it's something that I'd like to start your thinking around this approach to both your life and your business. And we're going to take you through a way of making those changes. And it's a step-by-step process. It is about transformation. It's about challenging our existing thinking. things that we know to be true, or this is how we tend to operate. It's all about really reassessing those things and working out how are you going to actually make the change and change the direction of what's working for you and what's working for your business and what's not working for you and what's not working for your business, and how do you move towards that. So come along for the ride, come along for the journey, and look forward to sharing more information with you. So this is Paul Antonelli, the Ideal Business Approach to Life and Business from Darwin, Australia. Thank you.